All right. Happy Wednesday and welcome to Cocktails and Conversations. I have Coach P here, and we are so excited to get you excited about the Women Going in Business Conference. We both have our little cocktails here, and we're ready to get started. I have Pineapple Bold Rock. What do you have, Coach P?
Oh, I have a little virgin margarita, watermelon water margarita.
That's fine. That's fine. Still good. So, Coach P, tell us about yourself.
Well, again, my name is Coach P, and I am a life coach. I focus specifically on relationships or conflict resolution. Most of the time, the reason why marriages or relationships, any type of relationship, it could be friendship, businessship, most of the time it ends because of some type of conflict or inability to solve that conflict. So I help provide and give those tools and insight to help you enhance your problem solving skills, which enhances your relationships.
Awesome. So, is that a coaching program that you have, or how will people connect with you if they want to utilize your services?
So yes, it is a coaching program that I have, and it focuses mostly on the self, because once you enhance yourself and once you're better able to deal with yourself and your emotions and your thoughts, because a lot of people get beat up by their thoughts. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
so it focuses on that. And once you're able to better deal with yourself and enhance that relationship, it enhances other people, your relationship with other people, because you're better able to cope with them as you're better able to cope with yourself.
And I
What I
love
tend to
that.
say,
I love that because during the pandemic, one of the books that I picked up that I had for years, but I read it a little bit and didn't complete it. It was Battlefield of the Minds, and it's Battlefield
mm,
of the Mind by Joyce Myers, and it talks exactly about that, like your thoughts and how they can change your perspective on things, and how you will have fear of things, or you'll be holding yourself back just because of these negative thoughts that you have. And once you change your thoughts and your perspectives on things, like wow, like it's been times recently where I would think about something in a negative way, and then once I
mhm,
change my perspective, I'm like, wow, it's not so bad after all. And
exactly.
dealing with people. So that's really good that you talk about that, because as business owners, people are you're encountered with people all the time, whether they're your employees or
Mhm,
if they are your staff members or
mhm,
customers, repeat customers,
mhm,
new people, vendors, and you have relationships with all these different people from all over. And if
mhm.
you don't know how to communicate with them, because a lot of people don't communicate the same. So
Fact.
if you are not open-minded enough to
Mhm,
understand that, okay, they may either be having a bad day, they may not
mhm,
understand, there could be some language barriers or
mhm.
whatever going on, you're going to be mad at the world all the time.
Yes, yes. And if you don't know yourself well enough to know your triggers and all those other things, then you're just gonna pop off quick. You'd be like, and you don't even know why. It's like,
Exactly. Exactly. And then you wonder, like, okay, so that's why all these people have these anger issues, because they can't control. But yeah,
exactly,
that is
exactly.
awesome. And it's great because I even love how you're going to tie this in at the Women Growing in Business Conference. So being that you already do this, you help people reform their mind and their perspective and their thinking process. I don't think anyone has ever thought about this in the perspective of a business owner, like, hey, as a business owner, I could be holding myself back because of my
Mhm.
thoughts. So tell us about that. Tell us about your topic at the conference and what people are going to gain once they attend this session.
So, like you said, the topic is you could be your biggest funding issue. And some of the things that people fail to do is evaluate themselves. You know what I'm saying? It's like they have this plan, they have all this stuff, but they don't go back and evaluate anything. They just go, 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 go. And so sometimes you just got to slow down and be like, wait, what am I doing? Because I could be doing something wrong, which brings me to my next point. People tend to look externally at stuff,
Mm-hmm.
be like people doing stuff to me, or it's something that somebody else is doing that's causing me to have problems. But nah, sis, it's probably you.
And I tell my clients all the time, like, whatever you do in your business, you should try to model a Fortune 500 company. And what do you see all the time when you are engaging in like business activities? Like, say if you buy something from Walmart or Target, most of the time they'll send you an email survey. How did we do? Give us some feedback.
Exactly.
Leave a review. You know, so that's
Exactly.
the same thing you need to have as a leader and a business owner, like as in working with clients and as a leader saying, hey, you know, how are my leadership skills? Am I supporting you as a leader the way you need to be supported? So yeah, that's a good idea.
Exactly. And especially when people just get started off, they tend to focus on the product or the service that they're giving, and they forget, hey, the customers is your biggest thing, because if they don't want your product or your service, then you're going to struggle with making that income.
Or you can have an amazing product, but because you're not personable, or because you have this attitude or whatever, you're hindering some. Because I know plenty of times, like, I would purchase from somebody, but just because of whatever may happen, like, I'm like, okay, let me keep my money and go where I want it. And I'm sure so many other people like that.
Exactly. You're not catering to the customer. You're forgetting to build that relationship. And there's times, I know me personally, like if I go into like Starbucks or wherever and they know my name, they already know what I want. You know what I'm saying? It's because they took that time to relate to me. You know, I went to Starbucks one day and it was like, hey, Princess. I was like, I'm being here that much.
Right. Like, it's funny because my favorite Mexican spot, like when I go in and sit down and they already know my order, I said, this is the problem, but I like it because that's why I keep coming back.
Exactly.
To take care of me. So
Exactly. It's like being at home, and when you're starting off and you have to deal with so much new stuff, you have to deal with products and trying to figure out how to get grants and how to figure out how to do this and that. It's just so much on your plate that sometimes people just tend to forget about the customer themselves. And so I'm here to help remind them about that.
And even like not even just the customer, because yes, that's one big point. Like if you're not treating the customers right, if you're, you know, standing in the way of getting new customers, that's a big thing. But what about your vendors and your investors? Like
yeah, so it's all basically the same thing. If you don't know how to communicate, you don't know your triggers. And it goes to one of the other things that I wanted to talk about tonight is what is your foundation? Like, what are you building this on? What is your boundaries? What are you willing to take and not take? Because a lot of people are willing to do anything just for the dollar, you know, and that could hinder the customers, and it could hinder some vendors. Be like, you seem kind of sketchy, or how can I trust you enough, you know, to go into this business deal with you based on your past actions. So sometimes you got to pay attention to that as well. What is your foundation on? What are your values? What is your morals? What are you standing on? What are you building your business on? And so you got to pay attention to that as well. And along with I see this one so often in life, period. People tend to play the victim.
Yes. Yes. Like if their business isn't going where, they're like, well, they can find every other reason. Like,
yes,
it's because people don't want it right now, or it's because I couldn't get something in time or whatever. And then if you step back, you're like, well, how did you present this? Or did you allocate the right amount of time to inform people? Or
exactly,
did you put thought into developing the product or developing your marketing strategy or whatever it may be? So, I mean, yes, you have to, I guess that's one of the biggest things you could do is put yourself in as the first thing that you critique and evaluate and say, hey, okay, how did I play a part of this result?
Exactly.
And how can I make it better? And then let's start working on these external factors.
Everything else. Exactly. And that goes along with my saying, my theme, or my motto: better you, better us. When you get better, everybody else around you gets better. So the more you take that time to sit down and evaluate yourself, how can I do better? What can I change? What needs to change? I did this effectively happen? And so once you be able to do those evaluations, you get better, and your product gets better, your service gets better, your business deals get better. So it just grows as you grow.
That's awesome. I mean, like I said, as a business leader, you really need to think about those things. So once they attend your session, what are they going to leave with? Like, how are they going to be changed after getting all this awesome information?
So one of the big things is you'll be able to be able to self-motivate. You'll be able to get some tools to help mitigate some of those negative thoughts that you have that's hindering you. You'll be able to identify some of those things within yourself, because we're going to talk about some patterns that people tend to do in business that prevents them from connecting with others. We're going to deep dive into personality traits a little bit. It's a lot of little things that's going to help you build yourself and develop yourself. And I can't fix somebody's brain or help them fix their brain in one session, in one little topic, but it'll give you some tools to kind of help you. And if you need any more assistance, of course, you can always hit me up.
Awesome. That's awesome. So listen, everybody, this is a great topic that every business owner needs to think about. They need to say, hey, as a business owner, as a leader in the community, how am I stepping in the way of growing my business? So that's taking a look at, hey, am I being a great leader? Am I setting a good example for my staff? Am I doing the right thing for my business? Am I doing it the right way, or am I cutting corners? So if people see that, then they may not be able to support your business. So you may actually be standing in the way of your funding. So if you come to this session, we're going to help you move all of these barriers and leave with the open mind. You're going to have a new outlook on your business as a business owner, a business partner, all of that. So if you are not already registered, make sure you register.
Oh, yes.
It's going to be amazing. I'm so excited about all the speakers that we have, all the great activities that we have going on in the VIP lounge. So make sure that you can even get into the VIP lounge.
Okay.
And yes, the expo is going to be fun. Listen, we're going to have music. We're going to have everything to make sure that you have a great time to celebrate you being a woman glowing in business. You're going to be able to connect with so many powerful business owners all over. We have speakers that are traveling, and we have business owners that are traveling from all over. And we know that this is going to be an amazing event. So if you do not want to miss out, make sure that you're registered for the 2021 Women Glowing in Business Conference. You can go over to www.womenglowing.com to register. You are so crazy.
Have a glow, baby.
Yes. Get your glow at the Women Glowing in Business Conference. But yes, I thank you so much for agreeing to pour into these women that are coming to this conference. And I am excited. So if any of the people who are watching this live or who watch the replay, hi, Angel. Yes. So if anybody who wants to reach out to you or connect with you, how do they do that?
So they can hit me up on Instagram or Facebook. My name is P Gibbs, LES, and Gibbs is spelled GIBBS. And or you can hit me up on my other Facebook is Princess Shay. So either one of those you'll be able to hit me up on, and I'll be there. You can also email me at p.gibbs.les@gmail.com or info@gibbs Gibbs PLES.
Look, when you have so much stuff, it's like, oh my gosh, like what's all these websites and social media?
Yes.
I
Yes. Yes, it's so many. It's so many.
Oh, well,
Because I gotta cater to the audience, to the
right.
people.
Right, you have to be on all the platforms so everybody can get you.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you all learned some tips because she did drop some good nuggets that a lot of you probably haven't even thought about as it relates to your business. So if you want to learn more, if you want to be surrounded by so many powerful women, make sure you go over to womenglowing.com and register. We can't wait to see you on September the 11th. So thank you again, Coach P.
Thank you for having me.
No,
I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Yay! I'm excited too. You enjoy the rest of your Wednesday and you let me know if you need anything. All right.
Most definitely. Thank you.
Take care.
You, Angel. All right. Okay. Bye.